Welcome back, folks. Welcome.
Welcome.
Let me take my seat here. Get in my position. Welcome back. We're here. We're here again. Wheat and white bread.
You know what to do. What to do, white bread?
Had an okay week. Had a pretty good week.
Been
Watched
working
some
out,
good
ain't you?
football. Yeah.
Been working out, sweating over here. I see.
sweating. I got
He's
my
sweating
team.
inside the cold, the snowstorm.
I got a heater. You can see it right in the back of me. So that's all you got to get is an indoor heater. There's no excuses.
Hey,
No
I
excuses
give him a
for
hard
the
time, y'all. Hey, y'all should see him though. He go so hard. You think he a personal trainer sometimes. For real.
Someday, hopefully, I'm gonna follow in my daughter's shoes and hopefully try to
Yeah.
help some people out someday. But other than that, man, I watched some good football. Had a lot of good
I
football.
don't know about
games.
good football. I watched something.
Well, I watched some great football this weekend. Ended off with the greatest game of the weekend.
Man, I want to hear that.
Monday
man.
night was the best game I saw
don't
all
want to
weekend.
hear that, man. Hey, it's all right, man. We lost, man. Shout out Tampa Bay, man. Shout out Tampa Bay, man. They
Shout
beat
out
us.
Tom Brady. I mean, Baker Mayfield because he
Man.
looked like Tom. He looked like Tom Brady.
Never did he look like Tom Brady. Might look like Doug Flutie out there or something. He wasn't no Brady. Shout out to the running backs because they pretty much chopped our D line up.
He had 303 fucking touchdowns. I mean,
He did.
3 touchdowns. That's a Brady-like game.
No, I mean
The only other quarterback to throw for 300 yards.
we missed
for Tampa Bay.
Hold on, we missed 1,000 tackles, white bread. We missed 1,001 tackles in one game.
That's not Baker Mayfield's fault.
What's that? my cornerback out there, number 24, old Crunchberry. I can't even say your last name no more. I call you Crunchberries from now on because you look like trash.
So what do you think about this week? Now we'll talk about last. Well, let's just run through last week's game. I honestly thought the Browns were going to win that game, and then C.J. Stroud just came out and played his ass off, and
It's like Joe
proved all
Flacco.
us wrong. I mean,
Joe Flacco lost his cool or something. I don't know, man. When he threw that pick, man, it just.
I think it was more of like the Houston was just ready to go. I mean, they played great. They played
Absolutely.
phenomenal.
Shout out C.J. Stroud, man.
The Browns are a good team.
Rookie of the year. You give him that?
I would say he's definitely going to be the rookie of the year. I mean, I saw a stat before the playoffs started that there was only three QBs in the history of the league to lead at the end of the regular season, lead the league in touchdown to pick the ratio.
Yeah.
So he had 4 times more touchdowns than picks.
He had a hell of a year.
And he led the league in yards. And there's only been 3 QBs to ever do that. Joe Montana, Tom Brady,
Yep.
and now
C.J. Stroud. Yep.
So for him to do that in his first, even more than Patrick Mahomes, even more
So
than...
you putting him in Hall of Fame already?
I'm not putting him in Hall of Fame. I'm just saying he's had a great start to his career.
Yeah, he has.
To
He
have
has.
that stat line and be mentioned with those 2 guys after your rookie year, I mean,
Especially for those stats.
that's
Absolutely.
a huge accomplishment for him. And as a rookie, I mean, the
that's
Texans
also-
can't be happier. I mean,
Hey,
honestly.
that's also a good testament to D'Amico Ryans and his coaching staff because they've
Excellent coaching.
worked with this kid and got a good idea of how to utilize his talent. So
Not to get off teams that are in the playoffs, but my Patriots just hired a young coach similar to D'Amico Ryans. D'Amico
see.
Ryans has a similar career. Played for the Houston Texans, was a standout defensive player, was with the organization for years, was a coach. Then he became the head coach. Well, guess what? Gerard Mayo. And anyone who doesn't know Gerard Mayo, I'm a huge Gerard Mayo fan because he played for the Patriots for his entire career, and he was a stud, standout.
linebacker, right?
All pro,
Yeah.
yes, great player. Then he joined the staff 2019. And one thing that I liked about what the Pats did with Belichick, and Belichick was gone. Thursday they announced Bill Belichick's gone. They have a big press conference. Him and Robert Kraft are out there in emotional times, and they've been together for 24 years, and
Yeah.
you could tell that Kraft really didn't want to let him go, but he knows that's best for the team, and blah 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 blah. And then
It's time to think younger.
And then Friday morning, right off the bat, breaking news: Pats announced Gerard Mayo head coach, and I'm like, wait a minute, they didn't even interview anybody. I'm sure you thought the same thing. Like, wait a minute, they didn't even interview anybody.
Well, I just knew that when I saw one of the stats, like Belichick had been there so long, the Rooney Rule had been instituted during his time of being there. They didn't even have to worry about that.
Ever.
I like the fact that your owner already had his guy.
He had a plan.
Yeah.
They had a plan. The Patriots had a plan, and that
So-
comes in the now when we find out, like, even on the NFL Network, they didn't know at first.
So let me ask this question.
That it was part of his contract.
Right quick. So Gerard Mayo played defense. You don't think he's gonna call offense for the team?
No. I think they got to get an offensive coordinator.
He's just gonna call the defense from the sideline, and be the head coach.
I don't think he's gonna call the defense either. I think he's gonna be the head coach, and I think they're gonna get a coordinator. They got to get 2 coordinators. You have to set it up.
General manager and everything.
They're gonna have a GM. They already said they're gonna hire a GM.
Okay.
They already hired somebody to be like his assistant. And they've already hired somebody to be like his assistant, like
to help him get the gist of it.
And I'm glad they have a plan. We have the number 3 pick. I just saw a mock draft where they have us drafting the tackle out of Notre Dame.
I thought you wanted Marvin Harrison Jr. over there.
Let me tell you something. If this guy from Notre Dame, Joe Alt, I don't know a lot about him, but if they're saying that he's what he is.
Defensive guy?
No, he's an offensive tackle. He's a left tackle.
Oh, okay.
And they're saying that they're going to take him with the number 3 pick. And what I see of this guy is like he could be another like Joe Thomas type guy where he's just like a guy you plug in and he's there for 10 years and he's an all-pro every year and you're not going to worry about the blind side, and that's what they need.
Shout out Robert Kraft, man. I like your style. I like the way that you keep conducting your organization with class.
Yeah.
Championship organization. So, and shout out to Gerard Mayo, man. Even though I'm not a Pats fan, but I do wish you much success.
Yep.
That way me and Whitebread can keep our gentlemen's bets going every time we meet each other, you know. But hey, I can't say no. We need a little clean up job over here in Philly too. So, you know, I'm waiting to see so I can be able to.
Let the coach go? As a Philadelphia Eagles fan, I mean, I don't really get the.
I won't rain on Coach Sirianni just yet because you had one great year and you had a good year this year. You just somewhere, I don't know what happened to make the wheels come off the team, especially after we started 10-1.
Next season.
Now next season,
you want to see Nick Sirianni out there or Bill Belichick?
I don't want Belichick because he's gonna bring too much. He's gonna bring too much of unneeded pressure.
I think Belichick.
Everybody thought he was going to Dallas, and you see Jerry Jones kept Mike McCarthy.
I think that if Belichick got a team like the Eagles with the defense that they have and the guys that they have on the team and the defensive line they have and the front 7 that they have, and if he had that team, they wouldn't. They'd be like the Titans.
We need a good offensive coordinator.
You blitz all. Not you guys. Definitely
we need an offensive coordinator.
You got to stop relying so much on the tush push. You got to stop relying so much on these gimmick.
The tush push was fine, man. I mean, I don't have a problem with that.
I don't know. It just seems like a gimmick play.
Everybody can't run it, or they can run it, but everybody hasn't perfected it, and we did.
What I heard is
Tampa Bay got away with a mean face mask. They almost ripped my boy head off on the only tush push that we tried to do. So. It is what it is.
I heard a rumor that it was known that Jason Kelce retired because of the tush push.
Oh, no.
Yes, he did not want to run that play anymore. He said it was extremely damaging to his body at his age. And he said he did not want to run that tush push anymore. He said that was the most extremely damaging play to me, physically. And he said, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm done with the tush push. Because he's the one who has to take the brunt of all the defensive linemen jumping on top of him and elbowing him and probably punching him in the nuts. And what are you playing right now? Put that phone down. What are you doing? We got a video of Trump.
I got people hit me up, y'all.
Oh my
Go
God.
ahead.
Well, listen, take a break from that.
Jason Kelce, shout him out. He's first ballot Hall of Famer. He did retire a champion. So
well, he won a ring, yeah.
I mean, he's a champion, man. You can sit there. Well, he won a ring.
So by Tampa, but I mean,
so with it. You know, that's a hater right there, y'all.
Well, I mean, the last guy that I know, the most prestigious player that retired a champion was probably Peyton Manning. They won that Super Bowl and he just hung up his cleats.
Yeah, because they was done with Peyton.
I know, I'm just saying,
Peyton had
that
enough.
was the one guy that retired as a champion.
I had enough of Peyton.
Retired getting a ring, like. So I mean, you don't really can't pick. Okay, so we're kind of off topic here.
Yeah.
Again, we're talking too much about this. But what do you think about this week? Like, we didn't talk about the games. How much did you? But just quickly, I said it was the greatest weekend of football for me because I don't like the Dallas Cowboys and I don't like the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they both got smacked around.
Ooh-wee.
It was awesome.
The
It
hate.
was awesome.
Well, you know,
It was awesome to watch those two teams just get beat down, and I like Coach Tomlin. I'm a big fan of coaching. I got a lot of respect.
I
for him,
can't
but
say
I hate
nothing.
The Steelers. I hate
But
the
I
Steelers.
can't say nothing because my team, we look like some stir-fried monkey crap, as The Rock would say. So,
And then how about
we took a beating.
And then what do you think about this week? What do you think? Let's start off with the least intriguing game. Let's go with the. Let's start off with the two number one.
Detroit and Tampa. We'll start there.
Detroit and Tampa. That's going to be. I think that's going to be a win for the Lions. I'm
Golf.
going to pick the Lions in that one. Yeah, they're at home. I mean, I got to pick them at home.
Okay.
And then we're moving on. San Fran versus the Packers. You know I'm rolling with the Niners.
So you don't give Jordan Love a shot?
I give Jordan Love a shot. I think the San Fran.
If he comes out and play like he played against Dallas and the team responds the same way?
I don't think he'll have the opportunity to play like he played against Dallas. I think San Fran's defense is better than Dallas's. So I think San Fran's defense will, at home, with that crowd and that, I know Dallas is crazy, but Dallas fans are soft, man. They went down 14 points. Everybody shut up, man. Nobody was cheering anymore. Nobody was in the game anymore. Like, Dallas fans are soft, bro. I gotta tell you, man. They're soft.
What you say? They made the concessions run.
How many TikToks did you see this week of people like with their reactions, like these Dallas Cowboy fans? They're all a bunch of.
I don't know, but I know I saw Jimmy Johnson almost blow his top on national TV.
Did you see that? Did you see that TikTok that I posted about that kid and his dad?
Yeah.
His dad made a bet. Yo, you think Green Bay's gonna win? I think Dallas gonna win. Whoever's gonna lose just jumps in the pool. It was like a freezing cold pool. This little kid was talking so much smack to his dad. Woo! He was roasting him.
Hey, all I can say is, I believe it would be a better game than what people would probably.
Oh, I think it's gonna be 7 points. I think San Fran won by 7. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I think San Fran will win by 7 or.
I'm with you on what
maybe less.
I'm with what you normally say. I want these games this week.
Go down to
let all of them come to whoever got the ball last.
That's it. Come down to the last possession. And that's what I want to see.
KC and Buffalo.
We only saw one game like that this week, and it was the Rams versus the Lions, which was the closest game of the weekend, 24-23. So we saw one game where it literally came down to the end.
Yes.
All the other games were blowouts, and it just seemed like they were all.
So what you think Mahomes gonna do?
I can't bet against Patrick Mahomes. As much as I want to see the Bills win, because one of my good friends is a diehard Bills fan, been a Bills fan since he was a kid, and he just wants them to win one Super Bowl, and I would love to see Buffalo win the Super Bowl just so he would be happy. He's just like a tortured Bills fan, and I just kind of feel bad for him.
No mercy. Mercy is for the weak.
You know, so I wouldn't bet against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs ever. So I got to take the Chiefs in that game in a tight game. I think.
So you're saying 3?
3? Oh, less than. I think the Bills will be up, and Patrick Mahomes is going to score late to win. That's how I think it's going to
Travis Kelce for the game-winning touchdown.
I think it's going to be. I think it might be old boy Isaiah Pacheco getting a little run.
Pacheco!
10, 12 yards.
White bread been rocking with you. He had you on his fantasy everything.
I love that guy. He runs hard, man. And you ever seen that guy run? He runs like he was like a dog, like on a leash, and he's about to go kill somebody.
I wonder what that weather gonna look like for that.
It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be cold and that nasty, but it would be that way.
In
either
KC,
way,
yeah.
Buffalo or KC would be awful weather. So I think both teams would be ready for it. Both teams won last week in the weather. So
and you taking Houston with the upset over Baltimore?
Ooh, I would love to. I mean, I would.
Are you taking Houston on camera? Put it on the record.
The only reason why I'm not going to take Houston is because I saw a report this morning where Mark Andrews is coming back.
He's back.
So if you add Dalvin Cook, and now they've had 2 weeks to get Dalvin Cook familiar with the playbook.
OBJ will be back.
You got Dalvin Cook and you got Mark Andrews coming back to a team that was already hot. So I don't know if that's going to hurt them, help them. I can't see 2 Pro Bowl players hurting any team. So I mean, they're going to have and the biggest thing about Dalvin Cook is he's had like 20 carries this year.
He's fresh.
He just came out of training camp.
Yeah.
Like he's fresh to run week 1.
Yes.
So it's good to get fresh set of legs. It was huge for them. I called that they were.
And they already got good backs, and
they already got good backs. Mix. And then now they got Dalvin Cook, who's a game breaker. Like you throw him a screen pass, he could take it 75 yards any play. So with that being
said, who you picking?
I'm going to take the Ravens at home. They should be able to hold.
Put some points on it. What about 7?
I just say
about 7 at least.
I think it'll be 7 to 10 points. I think CJ Stroud.
I can rock with that.
I think Stroud will keep him in it.
I just think Lamar Jackson going to come out.
I'll tell you what.
He's going to do his thing.
It would not surprise me if Houston wins.
No.
And I'm sure that it wouldn't surprise you.
It would surprise me if they win.
Okay.
Because Lamar Jackson, I think this is probably the furthest that he's been in the playoffs in his whole career, even though he's won an MVP.
So what do you think about the what do you think? So we got the Lions. So we're gonna. I got Lions versus the Niners. You got what? You picking Jordan Love over the Niners?
I just think he might pull an upset.
All right. Well, what do you got? So you got the Lions versus the Packers.
I got the Lions
in Detroit.
The Lions versus the Packers in Detroit.
And then in the AFC, we're gonna have
I'm gonna ride with you on. I can't go against. I can't go against my homies, man.
Ravens and Chiefs.
Hey, they had Ric Flair at one of the games, and Ric Flair said it the best. To be the man, you got to beat the man. So I would rather see if it is meant for Baltimore to go to the Super Bowl, why not dethrone Pat Mahomes, who has been running the AFC ever since Brady has left?
He's knocked them out the last 3 years, so they owe him one.
Hey, but Buffalo owe him one too. So
that's what I mean. The Bills owe him one in the playoffs. They do.
Yeah, they do. I can't lie.
Got knocked out the last. And he beat them when they had 13 seconds left.
I was just gonna say he led a 13-second drive to go in the overtime. So
the Bills actually owe him an ass whooping.
What y'all think? Y'all leave that in the comments. Give us y'all picks.
Yeah, whatever.
And we'll speak on it up on the next show.
So we'll check in next week and we'll see how we did. We'll see who's playing and if we know what we're talking about at all. But the NFL is exciting. This is the most exciting time of the year for it. So that's why we took so much time.
You think we're
to
gonna
talk about
you want us to go and start planning? We might do a little Super Bowl live podcast. We get us some chips and stuff over here. We'll see. Neither one of our teams in it, so it don't matter. We in it for the fun now.
My Pats have been out of it since before Halloween.
Yeah, he's been rocking with San Francisco.
I've been rocking with the Niners. I just like the way they play, and I have a soft spot in my heart for San Fran anyway because I'm a huge Jerry Rice fan. Everybody that knows me knows I'm a huge.
Don't put that Rice jersey back on.
Before
they lost the last time he put it on.
I'm not taking it out again. I'm not taking it out again. The last 2 times I've taken the Jerry Rice jersey out, they've lost. So I'm not taking it out.
Well, you know what? Bring that jersey out, baby. I'll put it in the cleaners for you, man.
I got a 94 Jerry Rice 75th anniversary throwback jersey. It's amazing.
It's nice.
I got Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice until. And anybody that knows me knows this is true. Until Tom Brady won his 4th Super Bowl, Jerry Rice is the greatest player.
So let me ask you this, dear. I know you saw that video I sent you. And I know this is a little, just real quick.
Yep.
The post said if Brady and Moss had played together, Moss's whole career, no one would be talking about Rice. Do you believe that?
I mean, I don't know if he would have gotten.
Because they did set a record together.
I mean, they set a record, but it's okay. So there's an asterisk. There's got to be an asterisk next to the Jerry Rice 22 touchdown record.
Okay.
Because Jerry Rice scored 22 touchdowns in the 1987 season. I was 11 years. This is when I fell in love with Jerry Rice.
Tell us your age. Yeah.
It was his second year in the league. He came in. They had a strike. Not a lot of people know this, but 1987 was the strike year. So the players' union went on strike, and they ended the season after week 12. So Jerry Rice only played 12 games that year, and he scored 22 touchdowns. Randy Moss scored 23 touchdowns in 16 games. So, he did break Jerry Rice's record. If you look up who leads the league, who had the most touchdown catches in one season, it goes to Moss. But who knows how many touchdowns Jerry would have had that year if he played 16 games. He might have had 30.
Know what I mean? So, I just believe if Moss had to play with Brady.
Oh, that would have been phenomenal.
For 6-7 years straight.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that man probably have 300 touchdowns, man.
I don't know about that many, but he would have had. I mean, you can't take any. I mean, Randy.
I'll take no, bro.
Isn't Randy number 2 in touchdowns anyway, all time, or is it T.O.?
I think no.
It might be T.O.
No, I think Moss is 2 and T.O. is 3.
T.O. is 3.
Megatron is 4.
Let's see, most.
I think y'all. I don't know.
I'm a huge Jerry Rice fan, so I've been going with the Niners. That's just me.
My boy B. Harley is a diehard San Fran, so shout out B. Harley. I know who he rooting for back home down there in Memphis. They better be thankful they got CMC. I'm telling you, CMC has paid great dividends for their team, and I'm sure all of them will say the same. That goes for Debo, Kittles, and all the rest of them. So
yeah. All right, so Jerry Rice leads 197. Moss is second, 156. T.O. 153.
Yeah.
So if you look at Randy Moss, he had a phenomenal career when he was with the Vikings.
Yes, he did.
Like, I mean, I don't know if I say this to now, and no one ever disagrees with me when I say this.
What's that?
Dante Culpepper should have given Randy Moss half of his contract he got from the Dolphins.
Not giving you half for nothing.
Half.
No.
The only reason why Dante Culpepper got a contract is because he bombed the ball up to Randy
Hey, but
Moss.
at least Moss still needed a QB who could throw long.
They had to throw it. He just had to throw it to him.
Hey, but I'm just saying, like Tom Brady said it best. He said when he first got here, I didn't really understand how fast. He said I had to go back to the weight room just to make sure I could put it out there.
First of all, Tom Brady didn't even get Randy Moss until he was almost 10 years in the league.
Absolutely.
So he had a much slower version of Randy Moss.
But I'm just saying, but if he was saying, I'm just going by what your guy said.
Yes.
Your guy said that he had to go back to the drawing board because this man was really him.
So if I'm a quarterback who can throw the ball, if I have a cannon arm, Dante Culpepper, cannon arm, couldn't read a defense to save his life, cannon arm.
Yeah.
I see Randy Moss single coverage. I'm a great QB now because I can take 4 steps back and just launch like a punt style pass, like 75 yards, and let Randy Moss just run under it.
Every QB can't throw 70 yards.
That's what I'm saying. But Jamarcus Russell could throw the ball 70 yards from his knees.
Yeah, but he didn't play with Jamarcus Russell. So
if Randy Moss played with Jamarcus Russell,
Jamarcus Russell, since you brought him up, he had a squad out there. He was just, I think that money,
lazy. He was just
that money got him blowed up. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, so with that being said, I'm gonna take the Niners. We're really long in the tooth on this.
But it's playoffs, y'all.
It's playoffs. We can talk about the playoffs. People are gonna listen to us, and I don't know. We're just
White Bread brought up he showed me a little something. It's old news though, but about this racist preacher.
Oh, we're changing subjects. So we're going away from sports now, folks. This is the other end of the spectrum.
This racist preacher out of Johnson City, Tennessee,
All right.
And I'm from Memphis, so when I heard it, this cocksucker preaching. I think this cocksucker was preaching from damn near the Book of Death up here or something.
If anybody doesn't know who this guy is, this is an old story. It came out 2014, so we're going on 10 years old now. And I didn't see this story until now. So this is one of those stories that's new to us.
Yeah.
So this is our blind reaction to a story that happened a long time ago.
The man was Clayton Bixby.
He was
in the pulpit.
What was his name again? Donnie Reagan?
Donnie Reagan.
Donnie Reagan. He's still the preacher there. What is it?
Some Valley Life.
I don't even want to give him any credit because the guy's such a piece of shit. But I put a TikTok up on my, if anyone's listening to this, go to my TikTok at Speak the Truth. I put a video up about it. This guy was nominated the most racist pastor in the whole country, and they based this sermon that he gave, and I let Wheatbread hear it. And to say that it was offensive is an understatement. Man, basically, what this guy was saying was, and you can go look at the video, he was saying is, he said to the white woman first, if you want to marry a black man, don't come talk to me.
You can eat my ass.
You can eat my ass. You're a white man and you're looking for a sister. You want to go marry a sister? Don't ask me. I ain't doing it. Why? Because it's against what God wants. He goes, I would rather you quit my church than me get in trouble with God by marrying you. So what I said to Wheatbread was, after I watched that video, was everybody interprets the Bible a different way.
Yes.
Okay, and this whack job has interpreted the Bible to the point where he thinks that it's against God's will to marry people who are white and black. What this guy needs to understand is 2 big things that would blow the top off this guy's head. Never once in the Bible does it say people are white and black. And there's no white people in the Bible.
Yeah.
There's no white people in Jerusalem. Even today. You look at these videos out of Israel and Gaza,
Lord.
You see a lot of crackers running around there? I don't.
Hey.
I don't.
Look.
I don't.
All I'm going to say is, and let me take these off. All I'm going to say is for anybody who's ever been through Tennessee, that's one constant that we all know is there is a plethora of churches. Religion runs the state.
Everywhere.
It runs the state, okay? And for this man, for me to hear what I heard him standing up in the pulpit, I'm here to tell you that, Pastor, you ain't got to worry about what your creator gonna say about you. Because I think you already done signed your certificate anyway, because what's in you is what you gonna do. And that's why you got up there and you had no problem saying what you were saying. And you said it from both sides. I don't care if the white man better not bring a black woman, no African woman up in here. I'm not doing it. Kiss my ass.
That's basically what he said. Like,
yeah, you know, so
he's not lying when that's exactly what he said.
I'm just saying, man, you know, and then you go back after the video goes viral, back and somebody in the church was recording, you know, the mic is hot. And, you know, Dan Bonjanio said, whenever you see a mic, best believe it's recording, whether you want it to or not. So, you know, man,
hey,
if you go to his church, I'd rather you go back and just watch Jimmy Swaggart.
Yo, how about this? Hey, think about this, man. How much easier was it to get away with talking shit back in the day when there was no phones? When there was nobody to videotape you, there was no means of record, unless you had like a little tape recorder in your pocket, one of those little tapes in it.
Yeah.
You had no means of taping anybody of what they said, what they did. And you would,
especially you living in a state, preaching in a state
one of them,
where they was
put it on your shoulder like video cameras. Like,
hold up, it's all right for the white. It was all right for the white people to rape the black women back in the day, and you were living in Tennessee. But now that you're older and that's not allowed anymore, now I don't want to have anything to do with them. I don't want to hear anything because when I did a little research, it looks like he came from one of them good old boy families. I'm sorry. He can say whatever he want to say.
His daddy was a grand wizard of the KKK.
Hey, probably was, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? So,
swear to God he was.
You know, so when I look at it and when you showed me that video, I was kind of blown away because I couldn't understand how you're standing up in a pulpit, got a church full of people. Go ahead, Pastor. Go, yeah, you right, Pastor. It better, what I tell you, white bread, it better not be no black folks yelling at, sitting up inside the church. You right, Pastor.
Right.
Ooh, wee, Pastor. Man, please. All I'm tell y'all, build your own relationship with the Creator. You know, if you don't pray, learn how to pray. Pray to somebody. But don't sit and act like that we do anything by ourselves because we don't wake ourselves up. Because if that's the case, I don't think nobody would voluntarily pass away in their sleep if they had control of being able to wake themselves up every day. So, you know, shout out to the people who made the video go viral to hold him accountable for that false teaching. That's what you call a false prophet.
Oh, man.
And the good book says that you gonna be first, Mr. Reagan.
Speaking of false prophets.
Yeah.
Speaking of false prophets, have you seen this? We're gonna switch subject. We switch subjects a little bit here. We're gonna go. Did you see this video that old Code 45 crime boss put up on his Truth Social about God created Trump?
Well, God did create him.
No, I'm saying, did you see the video?
No, I didn't see the video.
Do you know that old song, God Created Farmer? You remember that song, that old God Created Farmer?
That's a country song.
I want to get your blind reaction to this one. I'm kind of happy that you didn't see it yet.
Yeah, okay, let's pull it up. Let's see.
Let's see what
White bread trying to get me out there in the water. Shout out to the presidential candidates, y'all. We need to hear something big from y'all if y'all expect to get these votes. You know.
Here it is right here.
All right. Let's see. Dodge the hijack, y'all. You know they got to sell us something.
Shot his way into Sandy Hook Elementary School.
I'm sorry, this isn't what I was talking about.
No, you got to skip the ad. It's just an ad.
Oh, it's just an ad.
Yeah, it's Dodge the hijack, y'all.
On June 14th, 1946, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker, so God gave us Trump.
Look at the head on that boy.
Somebody willing to get up before dawn, fix this country, work all day, fight the Marxists, eat supper, then go to the Oval Office and stay past midnight at a meeting.
When he released this?
Like a week ago?
I need somebody with arms, strong enough to rustle the deep state, and yet gentle enough to deliver his own grandchild. Somebody to ruffle the feathers.
He delivered his own grandchildren, huh?
World Economic Forum. Come home hungry. Have to wait until the First Lady is done with lunch with friends. Then tell the ladies to be sure and come back real soon. And mean it. So God
Did she twist her ankle? God gave us Trump.
When you say that it's a false prop, you just said something, and that's now. If anyone's ever watched the movie Dogma, have you seen the movie Dogma?
It sounds familiar.
Ben Affleck,
I believe
Matt
I
Damon,
have.
They were like the angels, and okay, so and they were it was a parody about the religion, but these were two angels that were kicked out of heaven, and they figured out a loophole to get back in. But during the task, they were angels. They were avenging angels. These were the people. One of the guys was Loki. So Matt Damon played Loki. Ben Affleck played Bartleby, who's Loki's friend. And this is the people who brought the Sodom and Gomorrah, laying waste to people. This was the angels that supposedly did that. Okay. They go to this corporation, and it's called Movie, and it's this cow that it's like a movie cow, and it's like this huge thing. They have restaurants, they have a theme park, and they went to the board of directors for this movie world, and they had this golden statue of this cow in the boardroom. And it's like they were all praising this golden cow statue, right? Well, you remember at the CPAC or whatever it is, that thing they had down in Florida a couple years ago. They had a big golden statue of Trump, and I made a TikTok about it. Like they're idolizing a false god. So they killed everybody. The angel killed everybody in the board except for one person, because they were just there as like an assistant. They killed everybody because they said they idolized the false god, and that was against the word of God, and that was punishable by death, according to the Bible. So when you say they're raising a false god, like when Trump got elected, there was so many people saying Jesus is back in the White House. Like
a false prophet is not the same thing as a false god, because I mean if he considers himself to be a prophet, then okay. I mean,
So you think Donald Trump's Jesus?
No.
Okay.
No.
So why is he like why is he bringing God? Like why is it always like God made Trump? Like God, he's got to be the perfect.
Well,
man.
God made Trump. God made everything. Everything that we see, everything that we are, God made. The Creator made us. Well, we didn't make ourselves.
Certain people believe certain things. I go with the science aspect of how we got here, but I mean this is
okay. Fair enough.
Evolution.
So you're asking me though, is he wrong
Do you think that's against the rules of the church to try to bring yourself up to that level? Like this is the guy. I'm Jesus. Is basically what I got from that. I'm the next coming of Jesus here.
I think he's doing that to say, look, we need y'all been looking for a savior. I'm the guy
who need a savior.
I'm the savior who's gonna come up.
Savior.
We ain't talking about you, white bread.
Do you need a savior?
No. I'm good. I believe in the Almighty, the one who made the sun, the moon, the wind, and the water.
Yep.
Who make the grass green.
Yep.
That's who I believe in. I don't worry about all the rest of it. But now to some people, Trump may be their God. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
If he is, then I would say some of those individuals probably want to make sure that they get their mind refocused. Because he's not God. He's a man. He's flesh and blood just like we are. The only difference of it is I say this before and I'm going to say it again. Rich people act the way you see Trump act. Rich people, I don't know too many rich people who, especially if you're a billionaire. I've never met a billionaire personally. I know a few millionaires. Yeah. But if you're playing with the capital B like the Burlington logo is right there with the big B, then most of them got a big ego to match it. They're gonna be a prick.
What do you think about? I got to get your, because I made a TikTok about this and everyone said it was just as silly as I thought it was. Okay, so Trump is back in court this week. He got sued again by that E. Jean Carroll woman, the woman who he lost the sexual assault case and the defamation. He had to pay her $5 million.
Yeah.
All right. So the next day he went on. He did a CNN town hall meeting, like a CNN town hall, where people ask him questions. All right. It was just him and a moderator, and they just ask him questions, and he just answers the questions. It was just Donald Trump. There was nobody else there. It was just him. So he went on and basically said everything again that got him in trouble the first time. This woman's lying. I never did anything to her. This, that, the other. So she sued him again. So now they're back in court. So she said, okay, so you want to play that game? You just lost in court to a jury. A jury just said you lied and you sexually assaulted me and blah, 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 blah. He had to pay her $5 million. So this isn't like some drop in the bucket. $5 million is a lot of money. Mm-hmm. So he had to pay her $5 million. Now she's suing him for $10 million. And he's back in court again.
And I'm gonna say this.
What do you think about that?
I look at that the same way Michael Irvin kept his innocence and the same woman has sued him twice for sexual assault back
Michael
in his
Irvin
past.
get found guilty in a court?
He did what Trump did. They settled out of court.
Did Michael? No, Trump got found guilty in court. He didn't settle out.
He got found guilty, but it was a civil case, right? Because if that's the case,
found guilty by jury.
if that's the case, was he convicted of sexual assault?
In a civil trial, yes. That's not a
civil.
Not a criminal trial. That's why you had to pay her $5 million.
Yeah, but if he committed, you're talking like the man is a criminal though.
It wasn't a criminal case. I'm just saying is he's back. You're not following the facts of the case. The facts of this particular case are he got sued in civil court.
That's the same way when my Eagles lost. And you always say, hold up, the same, because if I'm sitting up here saying, if I'm saying, let me, can I say what I got to say?
Go ahead,
drink your drink.
Go ahead, deflect.
Drink your drink.
Deflect, bro. Go ahead.
Now, like I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted.
Deflect, bro.
You know, it's the same way if somebody feels that they are innocent, I don't care how much money I have to pay out because they going after my pocket. If I'm going to stand my ground on what I believe and it's going to keep costing me, at least he hasn't changed his fucking story.
Well, I mean, he didn't.
That's the same way everybody feels like that he should stand up before the American people and say, you know what, I lost the election. If that man feels like that he was cheated, okay, you can't make me up and say, no, I lost.
Well, you got to have some evidence.
Okay, but at the end of the day, hey, if he's breaking the rules of whatever the orders were that they agreed upon, you know, the gag orders for him not to go and talk.
It wasn't a gag order. No,
well,
that's not what it was.
Well, if he was breaking the rules of anything that told him, hey, you cannot go and talk about anything related to this, and he still chooses, then that's why he's constantly paying money, and he's going to keep paying
I'll
money.
put it into me and you aspects, okay? I go on, I become a celebrity, okay?
All right.
I become a celebrity.
All right.
You're not a celebrity. I go on the news, and I go on every single thing, and I say, Antonio Sears, don't ever do business with him. He's a scumbag.
Don't call my name like that, man.
I'm just, they know you, man. You're on social media, bro.
They don't call me. None of my social media has my whole name on there, brother.
Your Facebook has it on there.
No, they don't know my Facebook.
People know.
They don't have my Facebook,
bro.
They don't have my Facebook. Wheat bread.
Okay.
Thank you.
People know. Okay, so I go on and say, wheat bread. If you think people don't know your name, you're
come on, man.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, we're gonna move on from that. Nobody cares about your name, bro. Okay.
I do. I do. And that should be enough.
But nobody else.
But I do.
My name's Jason Arena. I live in Mooresville, North Carolina. You want to come talk to me? Come and talk to me, bro. I'm here.
Well, he white bread.
My name is right on my TikTok.
He white bread.
You can see my name right on. I'm not scared to tell people my name. I don't know why people are scared of telling somebody your name. But all right. Well, that's not the point. The point being is, if I went on the news, I was a famous person. This E. Jean Carroll's nobody. She was just somebody who worked with Trump. Nobody knew who she was before she brought up this case against Trump. So I go on, and you come out against me and say I wronged you somehow in the business world, but you're just a nobody. You bring us, and I go on the news and say, don't ever do business with wheat bread. He's a scumbag. He's a liar. He's a criminal. He sells drugs. He does this. I defame you in public. I cause harm to your character. And you take me to court for that. You sue me for it. We go to court. They bring all the evidence in. They have what I said out of my own mouth. I have to pay you $5 million now because of what I said about you, okay? As soon as we get out of court, I go on CNN. And I say all the same stuff about you. Don't ever do business with him. He's a scumbag. He's a drug dealer. He's a criminal. He's this, that, that. Would you sue me again after that?
Depends on if I had the opportunity to.
Why would you not have? Why would you not have the opportunity? There's public. It's on CNN. It's on national news. There's evidence that I said this about you because I said it out of my own mouth.
Yeah, but when we make our agreement in court, and if it says that I'm not able to,
I'm not talking about that.
Well, we don't know the ins and outs.
Do you think that men should be accountable for the words that come out of their mouth?
Everybody should be accountable.
So why don't you think Donald Trump should be accountable?
He's being accountable in the kind of way he's paying the woman. If he ain't fucked up about it, you act like this man's supposed to be fucked up about $5 million, $10 million.
You know why he's not fucked up about paying $5 and $10 million?
Why?
Because he's raised $300 million on saying the election's stolen.
So none of this is coming out of his personal money.
No.
Okay.
Neither did any of his legal fees.
So you just know that's coming
I
out
can
of.
tell you right now. I can show it to you right now.
But that's
you
the
don't want to hear
same.
it.
I'm going to use.
I'm not going to waste my time.
I'm going to use something a little more recent. Then
go ahead.
That's the same way what the lady was saying about Johnny Depp when he was on trial.
Nope.
And let's just say Johnny Depp was found guilty, and Johnny Depp still.
Johnny Depp wasn't found guilty.
I said let's say he was.
Why would you use something that's not the same though?
Because if this man presumed his innocence, even after he was found guilty,
folks, I asked this.
I'm just saying.
This started with a simple
question. At the end of the day,
okay, so I'm gonna ask you, do you think Trump was stupid and why he's in court again? If he never said another word, if he never mentioned this woman's name again, he wouldn't be back in court. Do you think that's dumb?
If he ain't fucked up about it though, white bread,
but then do you think that's dumb? I'm just asking, do you think it's dumb? I'm asking you your personal opinion about what Trump did.
Would I keep paying the brown? Hell no. But that don't mean, but now, I also believe that people have these set up ass questions, because if I'm up here for some political, but then your first question to me is about something that I just got out of court about, because you want to see if I'm going to change my stance.
Yes.
Because it's a set up question from the get-go, then hey, the man stick his ground. That's one thing I would say. At least he might be an asshole, but he's the same asshole everywhere he goes.
How about this? He's still sticking his ground with the election was stolen, and he's still making millions. So whatever money he has to pay out for saying what comes, he's not accountable for his words. And the reason why he's not,
if he's not being held accountable, then why are they making him pay? That's not a form of accountability.
They made him pay because
that's not a form of accountability.
Yes.
All right, then. So stop saying he's not being accountable if he ain't fucked up about paying the money.
Because it's not his money, man.
It's his money in the kind of way. If he's writing the check, I promise you that check ain't coming from the presidential campaign.
How about this?
I bet you that check says Donald J. Trump.
How about this? Yeah. How about this? Why did the Republican PAC ask Donald Trump for $60 million back that he used for legal fees that he wasn't supposed to?
Did they get their money?
No.
Oh, so they didn't get.
He asked him for $60 million. They asked him for $60 million back because he misused it.
Isn't he still campaigning?
Why did he misuse $60 million?
I don't know.
Oh, because
I don't know. I don't know how he misused the funds. What did he do to misuse the funds?
He paid his legal fees.
His legal fees was $60 million.
He's been in court a lot, bro.
Yeah, I know it. That's their whole plan, to keep him in court so he can't campaign.
He shouldn't be.
They don't want.
Campaign.
How come? If
he's a criminal.
Don't call him a criminal if he's not.
I'm calling him a criminal.
Show me that. Show me what.
That's my opinion.
Show me any charge
you always
that Donald
say,
Trump has been found.
Listen,
deflection. Yeah.
You always say everyone's entitled to their own opinion. If you want to say stuff that has no backing, I'm gonna say that Trump's a criminal.
So if Trump sued you for defamation, calling him a criminal, would that be okay?
He wouldn't win.
He wouldn't win?
No.
But so you're able to prove that he's a criminal? You're able to prove
Trump's
that this
a
man,
scumbag.
Call him a scumbag.
Scumbag, criminal. Yes, he's a criminal.
He may be a scumbag in your eyes, but he's not a criminal.
Stuff that he's done in his past to small businesses only should be considered criminal. So I'm just gonna leave
That's the same way that when you and I was talking, and you said how he was not paying the banks and all of this, but those people who was representing the banks on the trial said he paid all of his debt back in full all of them. But everybody wants to say that he swindled these people.
Yeah, because I've made multiple videos about this on my TikTok, and I can show you hundreds upon hundreds of comments.
Well, these people testified under oath in front of the judge, in front of the attorneys, and they said that he honored all of his obligations of his loans that he took out. Man, all right, well,
he didn't, bro.
I guess you was at the bank working, filing the paperwork. I guess.
Listen, if you don't have the ability to absorb any negative information about Donald Trump, then I don't know what to tell you.
Nobody's perfect.
You just make more. You make more excuses.
No, I just can't ride. I'm just not going to co-sign when you call a man a criminal. He ain't been found guilty.
Trump.
He ain't been found. He's not a criminal in court of law.
You got more excuses for Trump than a.
If he was a felon, if he was a felon, he would not be able to run. And he's not a felon.
He's been accused of 91 felonies.
Yeah, he's been accused.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
He's been accused. You've never been accused of something that...
I've never been accused of a felony.
Well, I'm just saying, you've never been accused of something, period, that you know that you didn't do? Oh, okay.
I don't do people wrong.
Well, I mean, you know, that's
I
only
don't
that's
gotta worry
only in the
about
eye
that.
that's
Listen,
only in the eye of
listen,
the beholder.
I don't have to worry about that because
Yeah.
I live an morally straight life.
All right.
I don't screw people over. So I don't have to worry about being accused of something that I didn't do.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I fuck with you, though,
Yeah.
White Bridge. You're a good dude. But I'm just saying, don't sit there and act like everybody you meet is your friend or they are in approval of
I
you.
never said that. Where'd you get
All
that
right, then.
from the words out of my mouth?
Because you're saying that I
did
don't
you
do
interpret
anything
that?
wrong. I don't treat nobody wrong. That's
I don't.
only
I don't treat anybody
with
wrong.
what anybody. That's
I
a personal
challenge-
opinion.
That's ask anybody that knows me.
I know you, and I know that
Have
you're
I
a
ever
good
done
dude.
you wrong?
No.
Okay.
But
have you
I'm
ever
just,
seen me do somebody
I'm speaking,
wrong? How many years have we been hanging out?
I'm
a
speaking
lot?
just from other things that I know we interact with.
We're talking
We
about
interact with
personal now.
everybody.
We're talking about personal. You,
Yes.
wheat bread.
Yes.
We've been friends since 2015.
Yes.
Going on 9 years.
Yes.
Have you ever seen me do somebody wrong?
No.
Okay.
Not with my own two eyes.
Have you ever heard anybody say that I've done them wrong?
I done heard you be ready to do something.
Have you? Why though? They did
Well,
something wrong to my kid, or they did something.
Yeah, well, I mean,
okay.
it was always a
I'll
circumstance.
never do
behind it.
something wrong to somebody just
No,
because.
no,
just because, ever.
you're a stand-up guy. I give you that. You're a stand-up.
If I
guy.
have to defend myself or defend my kids, absolutely, I will
Absolutely.
fuck you up.
Absolutely.
I will.
I agree with that.
I will bring the fire down.
Yes, I agree with
I'll
that.
be like a. You ever seen the movie? What was it?
What? Red Dawn?
Revenant.
Revenant?
When Leonardo DiCaprio got attacked by that bear.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That would be me. I would be the bear. Okay. Throwing you in the trees, stomping on your head. That would be
Hey,
me.
what you said? The LeBron James rule don't apply on this one. Don't help the bird. You might want to help him. Hey, for real.
So that's all. But that's all because I don't got to worry about that.
I'm
stuff.
still gonna say though, we're in the election year, y'all. And
Yeah, we're in the election year.
You see how much fire it is, and we buddies. So imagine total strangers. They still supposed to be able to have some sort of tact
Next
about
episode,
things.
Next time we come back on, we're going to talk about what I want to talk. Couple of topics that I want to talk about. I want to get off Trump for a minute because honestly, we shouldn't pay him that much mind. He's kind of a joke. But I want to talk about.
Shout out Trump, man.
I want to talk about next time we come back on, and I'm going to have I'm going to have a lot of stuff to talk about. I want to talk about the dysfunction of the United States Congress and how much it's costing the American people. For the last 14 months, the Republicans have been in charge of the House, and they passed 22 laws, the least amount since I can't even tell you when.
And you know what?
They're dysfunctional.
And I want you to
hurting
add.
us.
We're
It's hurting me and
gonna
you.
we're gonna add this to that list also. We're gonna talk about. I want to be able, and I think that'll be my homework. I'm going to go back and dig up to see exactly how many times the government has played the same game of, oh, we're threatening a shutdown, and we can only come to an agreement because it seems ever since I've been living, this has been a constant, repetitive thing.
I can tell you one thing that I can tell you, one thing. I can tell you one thing that you're going to find when you do your research.
What's that?
Is the only political party that has ever threatened to shut down the government for funding.
Yeah.
Is the Republicans.
Okay.
And you're going to find that out when
I'm going to take a look.
When Donald Trump was president,
I'm bringing receipts.
Okay, when Donald Trump was president, Donald Trump added $8 trillion onto our debt. This is the last thing I'm going to say. This is fact. This is just.
The man dealt with a pandemic,
Hold
man.
on. No, hold on. Donald Trump added $8 trillion onto our debt in 4 years. Okay?
So the pandemic had nothing to do with him having to apply that big of amount.
First of all, the pandemic was only the last year of his being in office. It was actually not even one whole year. It was March to November. So it was like 6
Joe
months.
Biden took office in what?
2021.
All right, 2021.
COVID
So
came 2020.
Trump, this happened in 2019. That's like a year and a half.
2020. COVID hit 2020.
COVID hit 2019,
2020. Do you want to bet? I'll bet you money. I'll bet you money right now because
Hold up.
I know because my
Hold
wife
up.
was sick.
Hold up.
I'll bet you $1,000 right now.
When it hit,
March of 2020.
They put us under quarantine
March
and all
of 2020.
this.
Bet me.
I'm not betting you,
Okay.
white bread.
Why not? You're not too sure about your facts
Well,
since
I mean,
2019?
I just know that Trump still had a year and a half
No, he
left,
didn't.
and he had all of
No,
this
he didn't.
stimulus money.
They didn't shut down.
It's not my fault that these big businesses took all of the money.
They didn't shut down the government until March of 2020. Trump got out of
All
office
I'm going to
in
say
November
is
2020.
I'm
Well,
going to
really,
bring my
January of
receipts.
2021.
I'm bringing my
But
receipts because
even
I
the
just,
majority-
my whole point in this is
Yeah, go ahead.
it's a show. Because this is a revolving,
You still don't let me
reoccurring.
finish my point.
I mean, this is for the next show, White Brand. This is for the next show.
I was making my final point about Trump, man. I said we weren't going to talk about Trump next.
I'm talking
We were
about
Congress.
I'm talking about the government in
No, all I
general, the
was
way
saying-
that they
listen.
plan this satire.
Again, folks, I can't finish
this
the point.
stick man
He
ass
swears-
comedy, man.
I disappoint. I
Come on, man.
interrupt him all the time, but he is the worst, and it's so frustrating. I'm not even going to finish my point.
Yeah.
The point was
We'll save it.
that Donald Trump added $8 trillion onto the debt in 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in four years.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Barack Obama added $8 trillion in debt in 8 years.
Okay.
And if you think that Donald Trump had an easier presidency than Barack Obama did, considering that when Barack Obama took over the country,
I promise you this.
the
I bet
stock
you did.
market was at
I bet
5,000.
you. I bet you the American people had more money in their pocket when Trump was in office versus the 8 years that Obama was in office. I bet you they had more money in their pocket when Bush then was in office. I bet you the American people can all say, especially if you invest
Listen.
in the stock market,
Okay, hold on.
you most definitely had money.
I want
You
you
got
to do a
more.
little
You
bit-
had more money in your
I want
pocket
you
when
to
Trump
do a
was in
little bit of
office.
research. I want you to do a little
Since
bit of
Joe
research
Biden
for-
been in
I want
office.
you to do a little bit of research for me, okay? This is
Hey,
for the next
come
show.
on, man.
For the next show.
That
We're
man-
gonna go the last 40
He's
years.
the big bad
We're gonna
wolf,
go-
ain't it?
We're gonna go from the last 40 years, okay? 40 years of presidents.
Okay.
That's Ronald Reagan, Bush #1, Clinton,
Bush too.
Bush 2, Obama,
Yep.
Trump, and
And
now
Biden.
Biden.
Yep.
And I want you to look at the condition of the country when a Republican president took over to when they left, and the condition of the country from when a Democratic president took over and left.
With honor.
And you're going to be amazingly surprised
Yeah.
that Democrats always leave the country in
And
a
if,
better
and
condition.
if that's the case, then I
and
would say now,
Republicans always leave it worse.
I would say now, Trump most definitely led the country a little bit better because he didn't go to war like everybody else did. Bush
Did
won.
Biden go to war?
Shit, he over there right now. He got troops overseas right now
No, he
bombing
doesn't.
up shit. They are. The United States has been bombing up over there in Kyiv. What is you saying?
They're reacting to people shooting.
He's
missiles
still
at
at
them.
war.
No, we're not at war.
Man, we at war, cuz. They
With
may not
who?
want. They may not want to call it.
With who?
They over there tag teaming with against the Russians and all the rest of.
We don't have any troops in Ukraine. We have no troops.
We ain't got no troops in Ukraine.
None, zero.
We don't have 10,000 troops in Ukraine.
We have no
I
troops
must have
on the
read
ground.
that wrong. Let me fact check him right
We're
now.
going to talk about that the next time because we're
Yeah.
running out of time. But no, we have no troops. Not one American soldier has died in Ukraine or in any conflict really since Biden pulled out of Afghanistan after Trump made a deal with the terrorists. But I mean that we'll talk about that the next show too. We ran a little bit late, a little bit long.
Yeah.
Today, but stay tuned, folks. We're going to continue this on the next episode of the Wheat and White Bread Show. If you like what we're saying,
It says 1 year since Russia invaded and began the war in Ukraine. In this time since, tens of thousands of U.S. troops have been deployed over there. I'm telling you, bro.
No, they haven't.
We had war. I'm reading what it says.
we don't have any troops in Ukraine.
U.S. Okay, man. What they say right there? U.S. troops. They
USO
over
has
there.
pivoted to support what there is.
40,000 American troops deployed to Eastern Europe
not
over
in
there.
Ukraine.
Man, they over there apart because they a part of NATO. They
They're
got
not
to go.
fighting, dude.
They
not
fighting.
They're securing the NATO borders. That's
Man,
all
them
they're
folks,
doing.
them folks over there with guns, they
No,
ready
they're
to.
not. They're not. Not one U.S. soldier has died the entire conflict. So you can't say that we're at war, man. Come on, bro. You're stretching. You're stretching just like you always do.
Man.
But all right, with that being said, check out the Wheat and White Bread.
Check us
Next
out,
time
y'all.
we come back and hopefully
Y'all be nice to each other down there now.
We're gonna talk about Congress next time and
Drink a beer or something,
Trump
man.
negotiating with terrorists and all this other crap that happened. That makes it just more examples.
What
of
you
how
call? Hold on. Before we go, what you call them? The Coke 45
Colt
president.
45 crime war.
Everybody said the Coke 45
Oh, the
crime.
diaper Don. The diaper Don. I don't want to say that he shits his pants all the time. But
Shout out to the
Shout out
dog,
to Pence.
the
Shout
dog
out
P up there.
Shout out to Pence for holding.
Don Perignon Trump, baby. Don Perignon Trump.
The diaper Don. All right. Hopefully he doesn't shit his pants on anybody this week. All right.
I'm
We'll see you
dropping
when
the
we
mic
come-
on that.